Welcome to this Hatha Yoga practice focused on the lower body. Come to stand at the front of your mat in mountain pose, grounding evenly through both feet. Place one hand over your belly and the other over your chest, and gently close your eyes. Notice the connection of your feet with the earth. Allow this simple gesture to help you connect with your body and to bring your focus inward. Now begin to find your equal breathing. Inhale for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 4. Stay with this steady rhythm throughout the whole practice. This balanced breath will support your energy, keep you centered, and bring a sense of calm as we move. If you're familiar with it, you can add Ujjayi, ocean breath, letting the sound of the breath soothe your mind. Let's warm up with sun salutations. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step or jump back to Chaturanga. Inhale, move into upward facing dog. Exhale, transition to downward facing dog. We'll hold for a few breaths, maintaining the 4-4 rhythm. Feel the stretch in your whole body. Remember to press through your fingers and reach down through your heels. Face is soft, breath is flowing. With your next inhale, come to halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise to standing, arms reach. Exhale, release. Second round. Stretch arms high. Lower all the way down. Find a flat back, chest open. Step or jump to Chaturanga Dandasana. Slide to up dog, spine curls. Press to down dog. Stay here for a while. With each inhale, feel yourself expanding, lengthening through the arms and spine, growing a little taller. With each exhale, ground through the hands and feet, settling your heels toward the mat, even if they don't touch the floor. On the next inhale, step or jump forward, halfway lift, and bend over your legs. Rise up with your breath, release, and prepare for next variation. Inhale, find chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, spine is long. Exhale, transition to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, step your right foot forward, rise to warrior one. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, come into warrior one. Exhale, lower to elbow height. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's rest here for some time. Notice how the body has opened. Now there is more space through the spine, the shoulders, and the backs of the legs. Let yourself enjoy this full body stretch. With your next inhale, come forward to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, come to mountain. Final cycle. Find your chair pose. Slowly fold forward. Straighten your back. Transition to Chaturanga. Slowly shift to upward dog. Press to down dog. Find your warrior one on the right. Reach up. Lower down to elbow height. Stretch into up dog. Find your down dog. Warrior one on the left side. Lift up with strong legs. Lower to final Chaturanga. Shift to upward facing. And come into your final downward facing dog. Maintain your equal breathing, slow and deep. Stay here, letting your body settle and center. With your next inhale, move to the front, halfway lift. Bend all the way down. Rise to chair once again. And mountain pose, completing the warm-up. Now we move into a strong sequence to build strength and stability in the legs. Step into a wide stance for goddess pose. Toes point out, heels in. Sit low, but not your deepest variation. We'll come back here later. Let's add side bends. Bring your hands behind your head, fingers interlaced. Inhale, rotate through your spine. Exhale, bend to the right, maybe touching your knee. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, to the left. Continue for 2 more cycles, flowing with your breath. Chest stays open, stance steady. And final round. Soften your face, unclench your jaw, release your neck. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, open into Warrior 2 on the right. Hips and shoulders square to the long edge of the mat. Legs strong, feet grounding evenly. Next, inhale, rotate into Warrior 1. Arms reaching straight up, or interlace the hands in Kali Mudra, index fingers extending. Hips parallel to the front, grounding firmly through the back leg. With your following inhale, lean forward and float into Warrior 3. Engage your core to support the balance. Notice how the lifted leg wants to roll outward. Rotate it slightly inward, keeping hips level and protecting the lower back. On your next exhale, fold into standing splits. Hands on the mat or one over your cuff, drawing the chest closer. Avoid sinking into the heel. Shift some weight forward. Your lifted hip will want to roll open. Instead, keep your hips squared. This better engages the hamstrings and protects your lower back. From here, inhale to lift your chest and float back into Warrior 3. This is the peak of this sequence. Your right leg may feel like it's on fire. Stay with it. Breathe through the fire. It gets easier with practice. If it's too much today, step back to rest. Inhale, release, and lower into Warrior 1. Maybe find a smile on your face. Arms lifting strong, chest rising, hips square. Feel the strength of both legs supporting you. Inhale, come up. Exhale, open to Warrior 2. Shoulders soft, gaze steady over your fingertips. Release the pose, then step into your wide stance for goddess pose again. Hands interlaced behind your head. Inhale to lift the spine. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. 2 more cycles with your breath. 4 counts in, 4 counts out. Chest open, face relaxed. Last one. And return to center. Exhale as you step into Warrior 2 on the left. Ground through both feet, lift through the chest, and keep the hips steady. Feel the strength in the legs. Inhale, rise into Warrior 1. Keep rooting down with your feet and growing taller with your upper body. With your next inhale, float forward into Warrior 3. Keep your gaze steady and balance here. On the next exhale, fold into standing splits. Remember to keep your hips leveled instead of externally rotating your right hip. It is more difficult to get a perfect line with this alignment, but it is safer and more beneficial for your body. Inhale, return to Warrior 3. Find balance again. Lengthen through the lifted leg and steady your core. Once again, we are at the peak. Breathe through it or take rest. Now flow back into Warrior 1. Enjoy the relieving sensations. Reach tall through the arms, lift the chest, and keep the back leg strong and engaged. Rise up with your breath. Exhale, open to Warrior 2. Soft shoulders, gaze focused, and steady stance. Inhale, come up. Exhale as we come to the final goddess pose. Try to have your feet as parallel to the front as possible. Hands can stay at the chest or stretch up overhead. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, sink a little lower. 2 more rounds. Inhale to grow taller. Exhale to sit a little deeper. Final breath, inhale, reach the crown up. Exhale, settle into your deepest variation. And come up, well done. Let's find wide-legged forward fold. Step your feet wide apart and parallel. Hinge from the hips, bringing your torso forward. Hands can rest on the mat or hold the outsides of your feet. Allow your head and neck to soften completely. Feel the stretch along the backs of your legs and through your spine. If your hamstrings feel tight, micro-bend the knees slightly. The goal is a long spine, not forcing the fold. With each inhale, imagine lengthening through the crown of your head. With each exhale, let the body release a little more into the fold. Stay here for several breaths. Rise up and step to the front of your mat. Next, we'll come into chair pose. Keep your feet hip-width apart and lower down. This alignment helps activate the outer hips and thighs more effectively. Notice if you tend to lean forward, aim to distribute the weight evenly through both feet. Make sure the knees stay behind the toes, not crossing over. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist to the left. Make sure your right knee stays aligned, not leaning forward. Stay here, lengthening the spine on each inhale and exploring a deeper twist with every exhale. If accessible, bind your hands around your left thigh and behind your back. Look down, shift your weight slightly to the right, and rise up with your left leg, keeping the twist in the torso. Option to extend the left leg and challenge your balance by looking over the left shoulder. If that's not accessible, simply hold onto the knee or extended leg without a bind. Release the twist, step by step, returning to chair pose. Take a breath to center. Then find the twist on the other side. Once again, check that your knees are aligned and stay behind the toes. If accessible, come into a bind. Bring your gaze down, shift your weight to the left, and rise up. Practice whichever variation feels best for you today. Slowly release and return to chair pose, this time with your feet together. This shifts the focus onto the inner thighs. For more challenge, rise onto the balls of your feet. Take 3 breaths here. With each exhale, sit a little deeper, keeping the spine long and the shoulders soft. One more breath. And rise up, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, hinge from the hips and come into forward fold, bringing your palms underneath your feet. See that you have some weight on the balls of your feet for even distribution. Allow your head and neck to relax completely. Let your torso hang, releasing tension from the lower back and legs. From here, you can try a fun transition. Bring your feet together and shift your weight onto the right leg, while catching hold of the left leg heel. Try coming into one-legged mountain pose. If this feels challenging, you can simply rise up and find balance on one leg. Once in the pose, hold the extended leg straight in front of you for a few breaths, finding stability and grounding through the standing leg. Next, open the lifted leg out to the side, allowing the hip to gently open. You can bring your gaze to the right for more challenge. Breathe here, maintaining length through the spine. Come back to center for final variation. Keep your leg extended forward and reach the arms overhead to engage the quads and bring more fire. Ujjayi breath can be very helpful here. Slowly lower the leg and prepare for the other side. If you like, you can repeat the lift from the forward fold, or simply repeat the variations you practiced before. Stay with your right leg lifted in front of you. Keep a tall spine, shoulders relaxed, and face soft. Feel your balance grounding through the standing leg. Now move the right leg out to the side for a hip opening variation. Reach with your left arm to the side to help counterbalance. Keep the spine long and engage your core to stay steady. Breathe smoothly here, noticing the stretch in the outer hip and inner thigh. Return the leg to center and stay with it lifted. Keep both arms overhead to make the squats work and challenge your balance. Keep the breath steady and gaze soft. Slowly lower your right leg and come back into forward fold. Let your knees soften slightly if needed. Rest your forearms gently against your calves and allow your head and neck to hang heavy. Take a few slow, deep breaths here. Notice the stretch along the hamstrings, lower back, and hips, and allow the body to fully relax. From here, step your feet wider and bend your knees, coming into yogic squat, Malasana. Keep your heels grounded as much as possible, but you can lift slightly onto the balls of your feet if needed. Notice if your knees want to collapse inward or fall too far out to the sides. This can strain the knees or make the hips unstable. Instead, keep your knees dragging over your toes. Your hands can stay at the chest center, or if accessible, try a bind by wrapping your arms around one leg, interlacing your fingers, or holding onto your wrist. Gently lift through the chest while keeping the spine long, and sink a little deeper into the hips. Return to center and switch sides. Stay here for several breaths, exploring the sensation of opening in the hips, growing, and lower back. Release. Lie down on your back and bend your knees, feet hip distance apart, heels close to the sitting bones. Press into your feet and lift your hips into bridge pose. Feel the lift through your hips, glutes, and lower back. Maybe interlace your hands under your tailbone for more opening in the chest. Now for the first half, lift your right leg toward the ceiling, keeping the pelvis stable and grounded on the left foot. Hold for a few breaths, lengthening through the lifted leg and engaging the core. Lower the leg and switch. Lift the left leg this time, maintaining stability and pressing evenly through the grounded foot. Feel the strength and stretch through the hips and thighs. Slowly release from bridge pose and come to lie on your back. Hug your knees toward your chest for a moment, letting the hips settle. Now reach for the outside edges of your feet and gently open your knees wide toward your armpits, coming into Happy Baby. Press your feet gently into your hands and let your tailbone settle toward the mat. Keep your face soft, shoulders relaxed, and allow your breath to guide the release in the hips and inner thighs. If you'd like, you can rock from side to side, massaging your entire back. Slowly hug your knees back into your chest, then roll onto your shoulders to lift into shoulder stand. Support your lower back with your hands and find balance on your shoulders. You can stay in half shoulder stand with the legs at an angle, or see if you can fully extend them upward, keeping the core engaged and the spine long. Press firmly into your shoulders for support and keep the neck soft, avoiding any turning of the head. Breathe slowly and evenly, allowing the shoulders, arms, and core to hold the lift, while the legs stay strong but relaxed. Stay here for several breaths, honoring your body and practicing with awareness. Begin to slowly roll down to the mat, one vertebra at a time. Take a balancing breath here. Next, let's come into reverse plank, our last power pose. Sit with your legs extended and hands slightly behind you, fingers pointing forward. Inhale, press into your hands and lift your hips. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come up, engaging the glutes and core. Exhale, come back down. One more time, lift and release. For the final variation, turn your fingers out to the sides, lift the hips, and hold here for 3 deep breaths. Feel the stretch along the front body, shoulders, and spine, countering the flexion from earlier poses. Slowly lower your hips and legs down, coming onto your back. Hug your knees in for a moment, then release into reclined butterfly. Place your right hand over your belly and the left over the chest, inviting a gentle connection to the body. Close your eyes and allow this to be the beginning of the relaxing part of the practice, dropping deeper into stillness. Let's come up. Find the tabletop position as we transition to lizard to stretch front of the legs, our quads and hip flexors. Step your right foot outside the hands, palms on the floor, allowing the hips to sink gently. Breathe here, feeling the release along the front of the thigh and hip. For the remainder of the time, lower down onto your forearms for a deeper opening, keeping the chest lifted and shoulders relaxed. Return to center and step your left foot outside the hands, first staying on the palms. Let the left side open fully. Now, explore lowering onto the forearms and stay here for a couple of breaths. Begin to slowly come out of lizard and find a seated position. We will shift our focus to the hamstrings and back of the legs with half butterfly. Extend your right leg forward, inhale to lengthen through the spine, and exhale, fold gently over the leg. Feel the stretch along the back of the thigh and the lengthening through the spine. Let your shoulders soften, jaw release, and allow the breath to guide the fold. Return to center and repeat on the left side, keeping the spine long and the breath smooth. Notice any subtle differences between sides and allow the body to release evenly. Roll up slowly. Finally, bring both legs forward into a full seated forward fold for a balanced and even stretch. Feet flexed, knees can stay soft if needed. Take a breath in to lift through the spine, and with your exhale, relax the torso forward, letting the arms rest wherever they land. The entire back body is invited to soften. Feel the nervous system quiet, the mind settle, and the whole body grounding into a deeper sense of calm and release. Begin rolling up slowly and prepare for the transition to frog, shifting focus to the inner thighs, where the adductor muscles live. We'll start in tadpole, which looks like a wide-legged child's pose with the hips sinking back toward the heels. This helps the body ease into the shape before moving deeper. As you settle into the pose, keep your torso lifted on the forearms. This variation adds a subtle back bend, opening the chest and balancing out all the forward folds we've done earlier. When you're ready, begin to shift your hips forward so they come in line with your knees. This is half frog. Here you'll notice a significant opening through the groin and inner thighs. Keep your breath smooth and steady, softening into the stretch without forcing. If it feels right for your body, you can deepen into full frog by sliding the feet further apart until you reach about 90 degrees at your knees. Keep your feet flexed to protect the knee joints. Stay curious about the sensations in the inner thighs and use your exhale to release any resistance. Gently come out of frog and lower yourself onto your belly, finding release in crocodile pose. Rest your left cheek on the mat, toes touching and heels falling open. Notice how this simple position creates gentle internal rotation in the hips, helping to balance the deep opening we just explored. The head turned to the side also gives a gentle release to the cervical spine and upper back, soothing the effects of the back bend. With each exhale, soften through the inner hips and spine, allowing tension to melt away. Now slowly turn your head the other way, resting your right cheek on the mat and letting the opposite side of the neck soften. Settle into stillness and allow the body to feel supported by the ground. Finally, let's ease into supine twist with the top leg extended. Lie on your back and bring your right leg across the body, extending it fully. Keep both shoulders grounded into the mat and allow your right arm to open out into a cactus shape for extra stability and grounding. This twist targets the outer thighs and stretches into the abductors, while at the same time offering a gentle reset for the whole nervous system. Breathe deeply here, softening further into the twist. When you're ready, return to center and take the twist to the other side, extending the left leg over to the right. Keep your breath steady and mindful, feeling the grounding through the shoulders as you explore the sensations into the outer hips, thighs, and spine. Let the body release a little more with every breath. Come back to neutral. Now we arrive at Savasana, our final posture and perhaps the most important one. Gently stretch out your legs. Let your arms rest alongside your body, palms facing upward. Keep your eyes closed, let go of breath control, and allow the earth to fully support you. Today we worked through all four sides of the legs: quads, hamstrings, inner and outer thighs, balancing strength and release. Feel the echoes of that effort, now dissolving into stillness. As you lie here, notice the natural balance of opposites: effort and surrender, movement and stillness, inhalation and exhalation. This is the essence of Hatha, Ha and Tha, sun and moon, the union of energies within us. With each inhale, feel the body expand gently, nourished by breath. With each exhale, allow tension to flow out, sinking deeper into the ground. Imagine roots extending from the legs into the earth, drawing stability and calm. Rest here in complete presence. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, simply being. Let the wisdom of your practice settle and trust that the stillness is where integration happens. When you're ready, begin to deepen your breath. Gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Roll your wrists and ankles. Stretch the body fully. Then roll onto one side and slowly find a comfortable seated position. Take a moment here to notice the balance, grounding, and openness you've cultivated. Bring the harmony of this practice with you into the rest of your day or night. Namaste.